Guys, this is me and my partner Corbin, and we're from Gartner. So, how are you guys doing today?
Pretty
I'm doing
good.
all right.
Doing all right.
Good. And is this time good for you guys? We won't take any more than 15 minutes if that works for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this should be good.
That works.
Good. My partner has some questions for you then.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to start off, how you guys' week's been going. It's been cold out here. I don't know how it is over there, but it's been pretty snowy, pretty cold here.
Yeah. This this snow it just destroyed my whole car. It's covered in
It,
snow.
oh man, that yeah, it's not good to hear. Just yeah, it's been hectic. It's been cold for a while. How'd everybody's Thanksgivings go? I know that was, last week, big deal.
Yeah, I had a great Thanksgiving with my family. Big turkey guy over here, so it
It's
was a
good to
great
hear.
time.
I made the deviled eggs.
Oh man. Uh, I guess not to take any too much time with personal business. We're all pretty busy people, got stuff to do. So I think Gavin wants to get in with some just basic borderline questions about the app and things moving forward and how maybe Gartner can come to help. So if you don't mind, we'll just start with some basic questions and I'll have Gavin go ahead and shoot away on that.
Yeah, so just going off of that, first, what are some of your goals for the near future if you do partner with Gardner? How do you think it could help you?
Well, some of our major goals, we are really hoping to keep up our growth in sales. We've been doing pretty great over the last few quarters, so we just really want to keep that kind of momentum going right now. So that'd definitely be one of them.
Yeah, I can
Um,
definitely see. Yeah, Gardner would definitely help with that.
yeah, we're looking to just create an efficient and effective consumer experience. We want our consumers to not only use our app, we want them to really like it and really feel like this is an app that's working for them to fit their needs and not just about uh, making a sale. We want our consumers to feel like they are cared for. So we want an app that
Mm.
reflects that.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. And even going off that, if you were to partner up, what about the app would you worry about, or do you have any concerns about it?
Um, I think the main concern would be how the interface is customer friendly. We won't want anything to be too complex or scare off our customer basis. So just being very user friendly and being able to keep up with modern technology while also having a nice simplicity to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then also I noticed, as you said earlier too, that escrow has been growing at a pretty good rate. So you see this app being able to help it even grow more throughout the years?
We're hoping. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're definitely hoping it can get up maybe some of those conversion rates that we have currently with our software, people coming to our sites but not really interacting with our products. So hopefully that.
Yeah. Yep, I can definitely see all. I think Corbin's gonna take it away from here for a second now. He's got
Yeah,
questions and some comments to make.
yeah. So basically, just to sum up what our short discussion so far, I have here just some, please correct me if I'm wrong, but if I had to kind of summarize what you guys really are looking for in your app and whatever endeavors in the future. So you're wanting to, one, keep your sales growth, steady, keep it going, maybe even increase it year over year, quarter over quarter, as you have been, and just keep that going. And then uh conversion rates, I guess that's been a real concern with the app. People visiting and not clicking the links and not actually getting purchases or not getting sales. So I guess, that is what I'm hearing is something that you guys really, are worried about, really scratching your brains with this app and project. And the final thing I would say, is really just um, you know, getting the app to be pleasant for everybody to use. It's something that's not, visually appalling, something that looks nice, something that feels nice, something that runs nice. You're really just hitting it out of the park with that. Would those be three things that you would say kind of are like the biggest issues and concerns that you have right now?
Mm-hmm. We
Yes,
would say so,
definitely.
All right,
definitely.
so yeah, that's what I was getting. I think that's what we were both getting out of that. Um, yeah, that's sounds great. Sounds like something we can handle. Yeah.
So yeah, going off that too, we do have some offers here we can even make you for partnering up, but partnering up in the future is definitely something that you would like to consider, correct?
Yes.
And would you
Yeah,
think
definitely if
about,
you could solve that.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, we could definitely solve that for you. And going off that, when do you think would be a good time to partner for you? Do you think you would want to do it pretty soon, or how long, what was the timetable for that, you think?
Soon as possible,
Soon
really.
as possible. Okay, yeah, that's definitely how we can help the most because we think some businesses want to do like even 4 to 6 months, but we found that it's most effective if you join right away, and it can help the company the quickest and get things done, yeah, a lot faster. Corbin, you got anything else or?
Yeah. So real quick, before we really start talking about a potential deal or anything, I've got, just a little bit of a presentation to show. Let me try to get this pulled up. I apologize if it is any problem. I will try to get this pulled up. Please bear with me for a second. Let me get my PowerPoint and reading here. All right. Can you guys see this just fine? Is
Yeah.
this looking?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I just wanted to show you a bit of what Gartner can bring to the table and also bring to light how it can solve some of your problems that you guys are having with the development of an app. So as we see here with our little tree, Gartner is all about helping with decision making, all about making decisions quicker, more efficient, and helping the actual procedures that follow more, suitable for what your company would need. So it can do things like, save on cost. That's our big thing is saving on money, saving on time. Huge things in the business world. Everybody needs more money. Everybody wishes they had more time. And that's what we can bring. Professional development, we'll get into that with some of our tools we offer later. We can actually help develop your guys's, expertise, like your research teams. We help them develop their expertise on actually managing and pulling data from these apps and from, consumers. We'll help you make quality decisions, and we'll really the big thing that, you know, companies look for in big projects is how you can mitigate risks, and that is something that Gartner does really well. Is we mitigate risks and we validate all of our decisions behind data and advanced analytics. So those are things that we can really help with. Um, Here's just some of the tools that we offer. I think the two that would really shine for you guys are the cost optimization and the executive partnership. Now, there's also our research tool. I'll get into that real quick. Uh, Gartner actually has a, kind of a web portal with a bunch of documents and data and, studies, analytics, papers and documents that can be huge for, making decisions for the app. And I'll actually show you, this is kind of what you'd be getting into. It looks like a regular browser, but it's full of, all sorts of information and useful items that, your company could use. Um, Going back to this, we've got, our cost optimization. We've got an IT budget tool that comes with that has gives you reports and with comparisons and averages, and those have no input limits. You have maximum free range with that. We also have a vendor contract review, and that we've seen up to 15 to 20% cost savings in 75% of contract reviews. That is a very good number. I mean, any sort of savings are great, and almost all the time you're saving money with it. Now, uh, we have an executive partner tool, and that will basically give you, every month you'll get a free hour call that you can just help develop, or it helps you develop strategies. You can get back and forth with a real CIO, with a real person that actually, like a person that is experienced with all of this. And I think that can really help with development of ideas and you know just helping make decisions in the long run. I believe. So the next thing here is our packages, or here's our package. Obviously, you see that 50,000. I know that's a big investment, but we can guarantee that the savings will be even greater in the long run. I mean, that 50,000 now can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in the near future. That's just the beginning with Gartner. So I will go ahead and take that off. So is there, any thoughts on the demo? I think Gardner is a, act now or, suffer later type thing, because we work fast, and I think we can really help build up some savings and get you guys on the right track with your app. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed by the statistics you showed, especially with the vendors, honestly, and the interface. Uh, be very interested in seeing how we could use that.
It sounds
Very
perfect. So
impressed.
how about we get this in writing, maybe, or I guess before I get too ahead of myself, how are you guys feeling about, getting this thing official, getting this thing going?
I think we're on board. I
Yeah,
feel like everything that you showed us has it's been worthwhile or interested in making a deal.
yeah, definitely. As soon as we can get it in writing, I think we'd be good if you wanted to have a follow-up meeting or whatever works best with your guys' schedules.
All right, yeah, I will be sure to, get some sent out in the near future, hopefully within the next, few days. I will definitely be back in contact with you guys. So, is that how's that sound?
Sounds great.
It sounds great.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
guys
guys.
very much
Thank you
too.
guys for your time. I hope we are meeting very soon. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Landon. This is my colleague Grace over here. We're hoping to take just maybe 10, 15 minutes out of your day to talk about Gartner and our system, if that's good with you guys.
Yeah, that's
It
perfectly
works
fine with
great
me.
for me.
That's perfect. Well, who's excited for Christmas?
I'm definitely very
Me,
excited.
I'm excited for a break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well needed Christmas break for me.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of the whole thing? I love making uh chocolate milk. It's my favorite thing ever. Mm.
I would honestly
I
say,
would say spend time with
spending time with family, just being home for the holidays, is a great time. I think that's what Gavin was also going to say. Sorry,
yeah.
Gavin.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, you're fine. It's glitching out a little bit, so I can't tell whenever you're going to speak. It's all good.
All right.
Well, that's great that you guys are going to be spending time with the family over break.
Mhm.
Um, just getting a little bit into the business side now. We've gotten to know each other a bit. Um, I was just wondering, what exactly are you looking for this app to do for your company?
I think most of all with the app, what I would like to do is, keep our growth and sales going. We've had a great track record with our sales growth year over year and quarter over quarter for the past you know as long as I've been here, and I just think keeping that going is the number one priority as of right now. I think there also is a great deal of need in creating a satisfying experience for the consumer with an app. One of That's just something that it's the first thing that pops in my mind when we're making an app is let's make it easy to use and let's make it
Mhm.
satisfying to use more of all.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
even going
definitely.
off that, I would say if we're growing at a rate of 15-20%, I'd like to see the company even go from even that to growing from 20 to 25%, even more. I don't want to just maintain the growth, keep growing on top of what we've been doing.
Of
Yeah.
course. Of course. And talking about growth a lot, are there any spots or sectors that you would like to see specifically growth in,
Uh,
maybe with
y-
this software?
yeah, I would like to see. We have great numbers in sales, but what I would like to see is our rates of conversion grow. We see a lot of interaction with our current site uh, that doesn't actually lead to a final result. We see a lot of bouncing between site pages, but we don't actually see as much potential sale as we could with a uh, more tuned up app or site of sorts. So I think conversion rates are a big thing that we'd like to see improve on.
All right, amazing. Just
Yeah,
to make sure
honestly,
I,
that was my main thing as well.
yeah, all right,
All
great.
right.
Just to make sure that I got the right info from both of you. Um, so your needs specifically, you would say, are keeping growth in sales and hopefully expounding that growth. Making sure that conversion rates are continually to go up, and making the app customer friendly and user friendly.
Yeah, I would say you hit that pretty well in terms of what our main concerns are as of right now.
Yep.
All right,
All right.
amazing.
If um if we told you that Gartner could overcome your needs, would you be open to uh dealing with us?
I think in the potential future that I mean that could definitely be
Mhm.
a possibility if you guys were able to make all of that happen. My question is, how can I know that you guys can make that happen? Like what more to the table could you bring than just saying is my real question.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I can understand that. Um, if you'll give me just a moment, I'd like to share something with you from my screen.
All right.
Uh, just going into the nitty-gritty of it, we have gotten a lot of feedback recently on our system, on the Gartner system, and we've been able to put together this little slideshow to show you how people have been using our system and how it's been affecting their company and improving their company. Um, you can see here we have cost saving and avoidance is one of our key decisions. Savings, a lot of the stuff like that. Professional development, really helping out with the professional setting of their apps and the professionalism of their software. Um, Let me go back for a second. Uh, Quality of decisions, work mitigation, and time management, making sure that people are using their time effectively, and that where we were talking about earlier, people, the growth in the sales over time. Of course, time is money, and if we're using our time less effectively, obviously we're not going to see the growth that we want to see. So Gartner is just great at making sure to pinpoint that growth and expound it, going into specific things that we offer. Uh, Something I'd like to talk great lengths about is our web portal. It has over 130,000 documents that are open to you, case studies, applications, and tools. These kind of things that you often see used to help expound growth through reliance and reference. And obviously, knowledge is power. And using this knowledge that our database provides to you, we see a lot of growth in sales. Also, our IT tools, talking about user-friendly things. Our IT management is one of the best that you can find. It really just provides a lot for the customer, and our research methodologies also provide a lot for the customers. Being able to use their data and to find the right products and pricing for them, uh, and being able to utilize that to keep them on the website instead of going, as you said, going on to different websites and clicking on and off and maybe forgetting exactly what they were doing on there, making sure that we can pinpoint what they want when they want it, and being able to get that sale, get that product out there in the littlest time possible. Going on here is just a little preview of what you would see if you partnered with Gartner. Just a little bit of our uh, software and what you'd be able to get from us. Right now, it may look like a lot of words, but it's really easy, these links to go and find specific data to help your company. And as I said earlier, over 130,000. So you're not going to be limited at all. You'll have a great number of sources you can go to really help your company. Um, of course, when we're talking about this, you got to talk about cost. Um, we are now, before we had a annual yearly cost of 50,000, increasing by I think it was 1,500 each year. Now we only do 50,000 annually, which is of course great to be saving. Um, and I really think that it's integral to get in on this now so that you can capitalize on those savings instead of waiting and not being able to capitalize on what we're providing now financially. Um, and yeah, I've gone over the optimizing tools, some of our a little bit about our IT stuff. We 24/7, 60-minute monthly call. Like if you ever need a senior technology executive to get in touch with, we always have them at the line. So
Mhm.
you'll never be confused about anything. And if you ever need help, we're always there at your door. So that's a little bit of what Gartner can provide for you if you would like to partner with us.
Yeah, I mean that's very impressive there. So you talked about how you got to jump on this as soon as possible. So if I were to potentially say, let's come back and talk about a potential partnership in 3, 4 months, how would that affect? Like, what would I be missing out if I even said 3 months?
Well, honestly, I with our prior we had a prior client who has started their own hair care line where they sell like all types of hair creams and shampoos and everything, and they were reaching a nationwide sort of selling, and they trusted us with helping them create the app, and it was proven through that sooner rather than later is definitely the choice. If she had waited even 3 months, she wouldn't have gotten the amount of sales that she has right now. Right now she's averaging um right now she's averaging 500,000 sales as of every month, and actually really, really, we weren't even expecting it to get that far. But because she started right ahead, I think there's no better time than right now.
That sounds incredible. That's yeah. I sounds like we should not wait then.
Of course, if you would like, we can get some things on the way to get this finalized and maybe get Gartner into your system and work on your current system and getting it implemented.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, no,
I think that'd help us
that
a
sounds
lot.
that sounds perfect. Gavin, you have any extra questions?
I
Anything?
don't. It sounds great. I think if we can just get everything rolling and get everything signed and all that, and we'll be good to go.
Yeah,
So
no, it sounds perfect from here too.
would you guys be open to scheduling a follow-up meeting within the next few weeks, maybe? Is there like a time that works for you?
I think we'd have to check the schedule, but we can definitely get something set up within the next, week or two, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
as soon as possible. So I think we can definitely, reach out with a date in the next few days to work it out.
All right, incredible. We'll be keeping in touch.
All right.
We'll keep in touch.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Yep.
thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Yep.
Thank you.